Man, say it ain't so. Okay, I'm just kidding. Another washed up SoundCloud rapper. Just kidding. He wasn't washed up. A guy named Xavier Wulf, who many of you guys know, many of you guys don't, because I have some fans that are super young here. In like 15 seconds, all you need to know is this guy used to be really big. He's definitely washed right now, but he still has a huge fan base because he's a SoundCloud legend. Like, you just can't beat around. I'm just not going to beat around the bush. It's the fact, like, you know. But he was just accused, and I'm not even going to use the word accused. It's basically proven that this guy is the most vile, or most like horrible human being ever after what just happened. So basically, someone took to his Reddit, his ex-girlfriend or someone he was in a relationship with, and she made some shocking accusations. Like, this guy could go to court over this stuff, and not only that, he's basically about to his entire reputation is down the drain. The way he's handled it hasn't been great. And after these allegations came out, more people who also had horrible experiences with him in the past also came out with some information. So here's what happened. And I'm gonna have to blur the images she sent, but all I'm gonna say is if you go and look at the post, oh my god, what he did to her face, I can't even, like, Jesus, oh my god. It looks like, I don't even want to describe it, what's on her forehead, but it was not good. Anyways, we're gonna get into this, and a lot of the text is going to be censored, so I'm gonna say trigger warning, DA, SA, and AA, and I'm not gonna go into what those terms mean, just know it's bad. So here's the post. It starts with, "This is a long time coming. In September 2018, I began a relationship with Xavier Wulf. We had met a while ago before that, but we were just friends. Anyway, we began a relationship, and within the third month of being with him, things really took a turn. There was always red flags, like the fact, I'm gonna say this, he was a SoundCloud rapper, that he would do copious amounts of sugar, but like the type of sugar that makes you go like that one Yeats song, Ecstasy, and grape juice every week for days. But the verbals, emotional, and physical really started. I'm gonna post a screenshot of the events of what I had to write down to send my lawyer. Good thing she's going to a lawyer with this. Also good thing she's throwing his reputation down the mud because he deserves this. He did all these things to me. He would force me to do candy with them and sometimes force me to do things. These words have to be censored, unfortunately. I'm just gonna say in the bedroom with them when I didn't want to. When I didn't want to do candy with them or be in the bedroom with them or give him noggin, he would force me. And you know what that means. For Christmas, he bought me a dog. Oh my god, how sweet. Her name is Ramen. The man was so evil and unhinged that he would take his anger out on Ramen. Ramen was still a baby. We got her at 3 months. And at 3 months, he was, I can't say that word, but he was doing bad stuff to her. That's where the AA comes from. Just know that. She was so scared of him that every time she saw him, she would poop herself. He would, let's pretend the dog was a stuffed animal, and he would throw the stuffed animal across the room. He would grab the TV remote and yoink her with it. When I would try to defend her or protect her, he would just end up doing that to me. The memories of this make my head hurt, makes me cry, and sick to my stomach till this day. A helpless little dog getting A-worded for no reason. One time I tried to call the police, he broke my phone. He broke my glasses. So many of the things he broke. The justice system failed me though. I called the cops one time and all he got was probation and he had to donate money. I tried to sue him and he tried to settle for $10K, but I said no and pushed for more and eventually nothing ended up happening. All I got was a restraining order that lasts for 5 years. December 2nd, after his show in LA, December 2nd, him and I were arguing about me overhearing him telling him to tell some girls to come over. Basically, he was cheating on her. After what I just read, this stuff shouldn't be that crazy. He said it wasn't true. We kept fighting in the way back until we got into the apartment. We continued to fight in his room. Ash and her friend tried to talk to me and calm me down. We went downstairs to hang out and drink more with everyone. I went to sleep. He woke me up yelling, saying that I ruined his night and that he just wants to turn up with his girlfriend. That he can't have anyone there, but he chose to have me there. He was doing sugar and telling me to do sugar. I did not want to, but he kept peer pressuring me and threatening me, saying if I didn't do it, that I would have to leave and he was going to call someone else to go do some sugar with them. I did about 2 lines of sugar. He calmed down a bit, but I didn't want to continue. I was just laying there. He came beside me. A lot of grabbing happened, a lot of stuff that she did not consent to happen, and then they forcefully pushed her out. They forcefully kicked her out of the apartment without her belongings, her car keys, purse, and clothes, and closed the door. I started knocking on the door. He opened the door, then grabbed me by the arm and took me upstairs as we get into this room, and I fell to the floor. I remember being hurt from my leg, and it was difficult to walk up the stairs and downstairs for 2 days. I got up, and he was yelling at me to wake up, that he wanted to have fun and have some other type of fun with his girlfriend at the time. Why does he have this girl and the girl? I don't know. As I got up, I tried walking to the other side of the room. and sat down on the bed, and he followed. I said I wanted to go home to my parents, and he grabbed me off the bed, and he has a big head, just know that. And he did something with that. Then he said he was going to call his sister, Ash, to come fight me. I talked him out of it, and I ended up doing sugar with him all morning and having the word that starts with S. December 28th, the night we got ramen, I woke up about 2 a.m. because I could not go back to sleep. Long story short, he tried to force me to go back to bed, and I did not want to. He grabbed me and he held me down to go to sleep. I got upset and said something about it, which he then flipped out. Tried to kick me out, and we just kept arguing. I had a sweater on that he bought me, and he told me to take it off before I left, and I did not want to, and I got my things up and I started walking away. He then grabbed me and tried forcibly taking the sweater off me. I kept trying to get away. He then pushed me against the wall hard. I fell and threw myself everywhere. I tried to get up to go downstairs. He then pushed me against the wall beside the studio room and was yelling all types of things in my face and wouldn't let me go. I said I was going to call the police. He was grabbing my phone and threw it, started smashing, yelling, "You see this? What phone now? You're not going to call anyone. This is what you get." I remember when I went downstairs to get starts with a K, ends with an E, the second to last letters an F, because I was scared. He took the same word I said before from me, and it cut me a little on my finger. Since he broke my phone, I saw his laptop and went to get it to throw it outside the balcony, and he chased me, and I fell and scraped my knee. Oh my god. After that, we sat down on the couch, talked things over, and got over it. Can't remember the date, but one time he was mad. I don't know why, but he just got off the phone with his mom and seemed to be annoyed by her. He spilled weed all over his floor, and he started yelling at me to vacuum it. When I didn't get up quick enough, he yelled at me even more. Kept yelling at me to go get the vacuum and vacuum it. He would always start fights with me about nothing or just get mad about anything. He would push me around. When I found girls' clothes, he went to the closet and took all the girl clothes he had in his closet, yelling at me, saying, "You want to look at my stuff? Make sure you get everything," and threw clothes at me and told me to throw it all away in the trash. I said I didn't want to. He pushed me and yelled at me and insulted me even more. He forced me to throw the clothes away in the trash can. Whoa, okay, that's a lot of stuff. And I'm just gonna keep reading off of it. February 17th, 18th to 2019. I honestly cannot really remember what happened, but I have pictures from that night, and I have her eye got hurt and marks on her body and neck and whatnot. What I vaguely remember is him yelling at me and just me in the face. What I do remember is we went to Big Bear the following day, and I remember after we got Big Bear, I went to take a shower, and I was just crying in the bathroom in Big Bear, thinking to myself that this isn't right. This guy was a supervillain. What the hell, man? Yo, this guy's actually gonna go to jail for a long time, by the way. Like, it does not look... Yeah, this guy is messed up, bro. He is so messed up. February 23rd, 24th. I reposted a post on Instagram about guys who do snow and how they can't get their private parts to work. He saw it and got upset. That's how you know that was about him. He talked to me for the whole day until later at night, and when we talked on the phone, he was being rude and telling me mean things. I hung up on him. I had to do a video shoot the same day, and he got upset because he thought I was having S-word with guys. Not actually, though. I was doing a video shoot. He also had to leave the same day to do a show in Dallas. He kept calling me at night, but my friend convinced me not to answer his calls because he was being rude and saying mean things when I did talk to him. The next day, finally talked to him and went over to his house and started questioning me about what I thought about the previous night. We went upstairs, got in his bed, and when he went back downstairs, I was on Instagram and found out that he had lied to me about going to his show in Dallas. So I called him upstairs and told him I was tired of him lying that I was going to leave. As soon as I got up from my bed, he grabbed me by the and oh my god. I tried to get up and immediately grabbed me, and he did a bunch of horrible things. I got nauseous and I went to the restroom. I touched me and I could feel a big bump. Oh, that's where that picture's from. Jeez, man, what? This guy is crazy. I walked down the stairs towards the mirror, and I could see I had a huge bump on my forehead. He kept saying he was sorry, and I left. I got in my car and called domestic violence hotline, but was frustrated because no one was answering until I found another number and someone answered. I stayed on the phone for a bit. Then I saw that he was calling me, so I called him back. We talked. I went back to his apartment. He left me to buy an ice pack, and I stayed in his bed with a very bad headache. I left the next day when his friends were there, so he wouldn't stop me from leaving, and I went to the hospital. Okay, bro. First of all, how do you do this and even think you're gonna get away with it? And like the stuff this dude he's an A-worder, like literally, like bro, he just did it multiple times. This is actually crazy. I didn't realize it was this bad. Like, oh my god. Yo, this guy is, cause this is like, I saw a little bit about it, but I didn't get that into it. Okay. April 13th, 2019. This is towards the end. He pushed against the wall because he thought I didn't want to go out with him with my brothers and I. My friend was over at the time. She was downstairs. When I went back downstairs, she asked me what happened because she heard yelling and a loud thud. In Australia, when we got to a hotel from the airport, he took a shower, and when he got out, I noticed he was angry. I asked him what was wrong. He started asking me who was better than him in bed, who was bigger. I didn't feel comfortable answering those questions, and he got mad. So this guy clearly has a lot of insecurities. He started going crazy on me, yelling, saying mean things. I got up and was going to leave the hotel when he got up and pushed me against the wall, and I fell. I tried to get up. As I was getting up, he pushed my head back and I fell back again. I got up and said I was going to tell his mom that was in the room next to us. As I was going to the door, he came in front of me and me down by the neck. In April 18, 2019 in Melbourne, he was sleeping and his phone went off. I saw that it was a girl and woke up him to question him about it. He got angry, grabbed my phone and threw it at me. I just sat there and cried. That's the end of the post. The pictures are going to be put up, and some of them might be put up as we're going. However, all the marks and stuff and whatnot have to be censored. I will read some DMs. There's one DM where he says, "Unblock me. You're so full of, I don't believe anything you say, so stop. LMAO, you're ridiculous. I know you messing around. Grow up and let's be real. Let's not waste any more time." Waste any more time for what? He said another thing. Went last night to get the rest of my stuff, and of course didn't allow me to leave. So oh god, that has to be censored. "I'm safe now, but very physically hurt. On my way to the hospital. Did you make out with your things? That's a final glance at the life you were leaving behind. You never have to deal with that again." So I'm guessing that was when she finally got out. Jeez, dude, what is wrong with this guy? So here's some things that fans said. Xavier was one of my all-time favorite artists ever, and it absolutely hurts me hearing this. I really do pray Bones and Eddie and any producer cuts contact with him, and I really hope you're doing okay. I absolutely hate this guy now and wishing nothing but the worst for him. I lost respect when he recently started treating his fans like poorly. I knew this man was POS. Just didn't want to believe it since I've listened for so long. I hope you find peace. I hope you find the peace you've been longing for. This is honestly just so sad. Bro is cooked. Holy. Another comment said, "I remember when Keegan Hoffman, who was friends with Hella Sketchy and part of a group named D1, came out." I remember this too, by the way, and no one did anything. I remember it was like, dang. But I mean, at that point, no one really cared about Xavier Wulf too. He just had like a little fan base. I remember when Keegan Hoffman came out and basically said the same things about you and Ramen, and no one believed him. Unfortunate, and I'm sorry this happened. Always been off-putting since Keegan posted that stuff, but this pretty much validates it. And if I'm not complete, I don't remember yet totally because I haven't pulled up the screenshots yet, but I'm pretty sure Keegan Hoffman made merch for Xavier. So Wolf designed it. He was never paid. A lot of stuff was never shipped, and Xavier scammed his fans, and he was like, dang, I can't support this, and they fell out. And I think he had like a chain that was given by so there's another one. So what's crazy is Chris Travis. By the way, Chris Travis is actually like a goat. Look up forget what it's called, 80 Dime Bags Booming Like Alicia Keys. It featuring Black Cray and Ethel Wolf, which is Xavier. I just said Xavier So Wolf, bro. That's so cooked. All right, Xavier Wulf. That's like his old name. So it's a really good song, but he used to be a part of it, and he kind of cut Xavier Wulf off. Also, if you don't know, No Jumper began because of Xavier Wulf. Why do I keep saying Xavier? So okay, yo. This isn't a funny situation, but I'm just laughing about that. So back to what I was saying. Chris Travis actually went on No Jumper, and him and Adam22 spoke about Xavier. So why do I keep saying Xavier Wulf? I'm about to get roasted in the comments too, because I'm not gonna cut it out though. I don't care.
Bro, y'all stay like, bro. The fans that they be like. The fans be like, bro, they don't really see how this is for real. So like they think this man some type of tough guy or whatever, however he be trying to portray his image or mute. Nah, stop it, bro.
Yeah, he really goes out of his way to not put his actual personality on the internet, because the fans act like we be tripping when we're like, yo, yeah, you a Molly head, you fucked up on drugs, whatever. They act like we're just making shit up.
Yeah, like we just making shit up, bro.
Like we actually, realistically, me and House Phone, we know about girls told us about homie that I'm not gonna bring to the table, because I don't really respect people who do the pillow talking like that. I'm not gonna talk about shit.
Big fat.
They talked about Xavier Wulf and his real personality and what he was really like, and it was kind of shocking and a little sickening, to the point where I think people just brushed past it. But it turns out they were being honest. Like, you know, Chris, the clip is gonna be played before, but you know, he said this dude was not really what he portrayed. He's not a tough dude. He's actually just like a bad person. You know, Adam22 said as well. So what's crazy is everyone was calling Chris Travis the villain, but in reality, it was Xavier. And this was this guy's response or apology. He basically just admitted to doing all of it. He said, 5 years ago, I would have to say it was the darkest time of my life. I hurt people I loved, I hurt my friends, and I hurt my family. What I did back then, there's no excuse for. I was ashamed then and still ashamed now. Since then, I've been doing things I think necessary to better myself with therapy, anger management, and rehab. I hate when people come to the internet to apologize because that doesn't solve anything. What really solves the problem is doing something about it, which is what I've spent this time trying to do since that time, and I will continue to do since that time. I will continue to the people that support me. I love you to. Sorry, this screenshot is like hella long, so I'm scribbling down. Support me. I love you to death. It kills me to have to let you down like this. No, it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. Someone says, so he pretty much just confessed. Yeah, he just confessed. This is so lazy. Yeah, this is like that Travis Scott apology, but Travis Scott did nothing near as bad as this. It's amazing stuff like this happens during a quote-unquote dark time. Dude was sorry because he was finally called out for it. Only sorry to save face. F this dude till it's backwards. I can't disagree. After being called out, he was then deleting and disabling comments. You know, he's trying to cover stuff up. Like, bro, not gonna lie, like, here's what this comment said. Lol, he's trying to cover that up. This MF ain't just got a whole library of info of stuff he did that dropped on here. And there was this other comment that said, what happens in the dark always comes to the light. Very true. So then, this guy named Keegan Hoffman, all right? So he used to design for Xavier. So why do I keep saying Xavier? So sorry, guys. I guess I'm a new gen now. Okay. Let me find the screenshots because I screenshotted some of my story too. All right. Basically, he posted some screenshots which are kind of like a throwback to Xavier So Based. Why did I say Xavier So Based? Xavier Wulf. Guys, hang in with me here. Xavier Wulf just freaking out on him. So he said, could I see a pic of the samples? Still don't got him. Did you ever get the samples? You're a real weirdo, bro. You actually a weird POS. I regret everything I've ever done for you. I'm gonna say this once. Keep my name out of your mouth, little boy. Don't get found and smacked. Do not lie or speak on my name again. I will ruin your life and I'll tell the whole world how and why you got fired by me. You know I'm not the one to play with. Delete my number and have a productive day. Okay, tough guy. Then he said, that's breaching contract. You signed and agreed to 35%. If you can't pay that percentage we agreed on and you signed, I will contact my lawyer. What's not fair is I put hours of my time designing and brainstorming all those designs and creating a schedule for what months to drop, and I'm being told you'll take my percentage. If I don't receive my 35%, I was agreed to be paid on contract for my work. I did, then I'll be forced to take this to court. Take it to court, bro. I don't give a F about no contract. You cross me and you will never eat with me again, and I'll make sure to tell everyone how you ended up in this situation too. Bro, when I said F you, I meant that you a F weirdo. Stop texting my phone. You ain't getting nothing. Jeez. Here's some text messages. Someone said, yo, you want to meet up? Drop the addy. Another person said, got your head. Another person texted him and said, got the green light. Watch out, LA boy. And then, okay, so here's his story. I used to design for him back in 2019 to 2020. Then started to notice him. A-wording woman and his dog. He would hear plates breaking, screaming, and I would see him against the wall and shiver. He'll then continue to yell at the puppy until his satisfaction. I would feel so awful, so I would stay the night at his and try to play with the dog often, and then take her on walks to try and separate them as much as possible. He'd also tell me if I bring girls over to put this in their cup, since they'll mess with it, and it was some sort of pill, which creeped me out. I told him this sounds suspicious, and I'm defiantly not doing anything, and he told me, I forgot you're a goody two-shoes, with a smile on his face. Keegan Hoffman is like this guy that I think grew up in Japan, is really good at Photoshop, design for some people. He made like these chain Air Forces, and I think Cardi wore them. He hasn't really done much of design work that I've peeped recently. I think he's friends with this rapper named Drippin' So Pretty. He's cool though. He used to rap, make beats, do a lot of stuff. I called him out on the A word, and at first he told me whatever happens will stay in the house and nobody will know. Nobody should know. He then told me it's heartbreaking that people are stabbing him in the back, and for some reason he brought up other artists and said they're POSs, but he doesn't want to talk about them anymore and derailed the convo. It honestly doesn't make sense to the topic of the conversation we were having. When the convo was done, he took away my Hollow Squad chain and told me I have to re-earn it and called me a lift home. He basically said didn't like that I was turning a blind eye to him, A-wording girls and his puppy. Long story short, in the end basically freaked out on me, told me I won't get paid for my work, and sent me some cringe messages that they're going to dump me. Another person said, dude is such a scumbag, I can't believe it took so long for this stuff to come out. That's crazy. It's actually crazy that this is all. Another person said, it's all coming out now, Wolf, about to have a bad time from now onwards. I wonder what else will come out about him. Damn, I was at the Northern Lights tour. Okay, I'm not even gonna read that. Basically he just said hopefully Bones stopped messing with them. And here's another comment. To me, Wolf died, or not died, but his career died in 2018. It's theory he started doing heavy substances, especially sugar. I think he even scammed Black Cray at one point, but I'm not sure how true that is. And of course he treats his fans like this is not Ethel Wolf or the same Wolf that made Bloodshore Season and Tundra Boy. Anyways, same guy, Keegan Hoffman, replied to the story of Xavier's apology, and Xavier Wulf replied back. He said, "God loves you, bro. I forgive you. I'm sorry things didn't work out with our stuff a few years ago, but he was a POS and there was no money to give. I should have told you that back then, but it's the truth." He then said, "This audacious guy DM me right now saying he forgives me." He then pins the blame on his homie, but he told him not to transfer the merch money to me that I designed. Just caught you red-handed lying to me again. Can't make this up and see right through his manipulation and BS. Dang, dude is. I'm gonna kind of like explain to you how the fans are feeling. By the way, Sesh Hollow Water Boys is beyond dead. This is like, they're like grandpas. They're like boomers in terms of SoundCloud rap. Like, you know how I was saying Xavier so well? I can't believe I said that, but I said that like 3 times too. But like, these guys are like boomers at this point, and they have a strong fan base. I mean, you know, Xavier Wulf, he has a lot of followers. He used to. And by the way, another thing about him is apparently he was into cars, and people had like, I don't know, I forget what it's called, like a thing like Hollow Boys on their cars. Like, dang. But anyways, here's what a fan said: "As a long time Sesh fan, I'm torn. I don't condone this, and I stand by what the victims are saying. This is vile. I believe Bones doesn't address this in some way. It will tarnish his legacy. I think it will too. But the other thing I think about Bones is like, people don't really care about Bones like that anymore. But they have huge fan bases, like underground fan bases that will really rock with them. I will say this though, like I'm sure people will still listen to Xavier Wulf. Like I just think from here on out, like he's done. Like this is so bad. And what's crazy is like, why is so many people getting canceled? Like, okay, but whatever. Speaking of canceled, the next Hollow Squad show was canceled in Austin. Yeah, pretty wild how this guy's entire career went to nothing in a whole day. So I guess we just got to talk about the situation now. And I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, this is messed up. Messed up. Like, I can't even think about like what really to say. Like, I mean, to be totally honest, I kind of remember him from like old No Jumper vlogs. They used to hang out like the back of the store, and you'd see him like in Adam 22's vlogs. He'd be like, "Oh, what's up? They fell out, by the way, and you know, when they actually fell out, I kind of understood. I just thought like, oh, maybe Adam 22 was weird. They're whatever. But it looks like Xavier Wulf was not a cool dude. Hey, I didn't say Xavier so Wolf, but you know, it looks like Xavier Wulf was just not like a cool dude. I mean, how will he be doing in the future? I don't really know, to be honest. I think he's definitely doing time over this. Like he has 5 million monthly listeners. How does his Kid Cudi remix have 130 mil? Like, that's something I'm a little confused about. Like, I thought it couldn't get cleared, but whatever. The beat, you know, because that's why Cardi's didn't drop, or allegedly. He has like I think like money wise he'll be good, but I think his reputation is totally screwed. What's crazy is none of this had to happen. He just didn't have to be a bad person. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but back in the older SoundCloud generation or time type of thing, Florida was really running everything. Not like Atlanta was Florida really, and he was kind of affiliated with all these people from Florida. Puya, I don't think Ghostman's from Florida, but you know, Fat Nick, who else? Just all those guys. And of course, you know, he was cool with Bones and Chris Travis and whatnot. I'm not saying they're Florida, but he has a song called Drive By with Lil Peep. I'm not gonna lie, that song is pretty hard. I think he might even be in the Lil Peep documentary for a little bit. But yeah, you know, Xavier Wulf definitely ruined his career. And it's not like he did anything immediate. It's just being a horrible dude that ruined everything. That's all I really gotta say. Tough situation. Anyways, kind of grim video. I don't really like making videos super grim, but I guess there's something. I'll make a video on it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and bye.